Tech. I've got a lot of questions on the forums regarding this, and it's easier to just do a video instead of answering them every single time. So this happens to be the 215 supercharged, but the same thing applies to the 155 and 255. Basically, the only things you're going to need is your oil filter from Seadoo or a Canon, whichever one you prefer. 4 quarts of 10W40 conventional or semi-synthetic. I prefer the conventional for the supercharged ones, to each their own. And you're also going to need a E10 torque socket for the oil filter cap, and a vacuum pump for sucking up the oil out of it. And that's pretty much it. I'll show you a picture of everything that you need and with the description. And we're going to get going. First thing we're going to do is get the vacuum pump out and suck out all the oil. What you want to do is take your hose and stick it right down the dipstick tube, as far down as it goes until you feel it hit bottom, and start pumping away. If you have a hand one, if you have an electric one, just turn it on. But if you have a hand pump, just go ahead and pump away at it, and you can start seeing the oil coming out. This takes about probably a good 15-20 minutes worth of pumping, so I'll get to it. Over the engine a few times, or you can also, if you want, just hold the throttle at wide open and crank, and that should keep it from starting. But I would be more comfortable doing it by unplugging the coils, these 3 plugs. However, I have a problem with spinning the motor without oil in it to begin with, so I'm not going to do it at all. There's only a little bit of oil left in there anyways, so I'm good with what I got out. The rest of it's not going to hurt anything. So now we can move on to changing the filter. What you need now is your torque socket, your E10 Torques, and a 10-inch 3/8 drive extension with a ratchet on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this bolt out right here. I'll show you a picture of a close-up. And that's just the cover for the oil filter. And don't worry about making a mess. It's not going to. Sometimes when they're pretty tight, you gotta wiggle it a little bit. Or you can also stick the bolt in it like this and just pry it open. That O-ring sometimes can get stuck in there pretty good. replace it with a new one. Just drop it right in. And you have to take your cap, put that back on. And your bolt with the O-ring. Make sure you start it by hand so you don't cross thread it. You don't have to tighten it too much, just nice and snug. And now all you have left is to top off the oil with 3.5 quarts. Only replace it with what you put up. I'm gonna use the phone so I don't make a mess. Okay, now you're ready to fire it up and let it idle for a few seconds and then check the oil out. Check your level. Stick your dipstick in after you've wiped it down, of course. And bring it back up. And if it's in between here and here, you're good. I've got a little too much in there. I gotta take some out. But basically, that's it. You want to be right in between these two notches, about halfway in between. Any more than that, and this thing's gonna start running a little sluggish on top end. And I'm a little high, so I have to suck some of it out. Not a big deal, but that's basically it. Not much else to it. So it's really not a big deal. Anybody can do it with a little bit of basic knowledge, and I hope this helps. Well, see you guys later.